that are going to be placed on this number line are 3/4, 1/8, 3/6, 2/4, 2/6, and 2/3. Today we're going to do it a little bit different. We're not going to put them in exact places. We're going to be kind of estimating. Can someone remind me, what does that word estimate mean? Today we're going to be estimating. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Lucy, what does that mean? We're going to be putting close to spots. So it might not be the exact spot that 2/3 goes in, but it's going to be a close to spot. Go ahead and draw your number line. Get your fractions down. Go ahead and read those fractions again to yourself in your head. And then I want you to think, are those fractions, or any of those fractions, larger than 1? First things first, we need to figure out what our endpoints are going to be. Are we going larger than 1? Or are we staying less than 1? Madam, what do you think? Is what? Yep, the first one's going to be 0. Are any of these fractions bigger than 1 whole? No. So that means that our endpoint, Gavin, is going to stop at 1 whole because we know all of these fractions live somewhere less than 1 whole. Is there any fraction that you're like, oh, I know exactly where that goes? Is there any fraction on there that you're like, yep, I know exactly where that fraction is going to go? Bailey, what do you think?
I know that where 3/6 will go.
Where's 3/6 going to go?
In the midway point.
How do you know that?
Because, as I said yesterday, 3/6 is equivalent.
Equivalent to what?
Equivalent to 1/2.
Yes. So Bailey knows, hey, 3/6 and 1/2, those are equivalent fractions. And 1/2 is a really easy point for me to place. So we've got 3/6 down because we know even without drawing all of our 6, Bailey knows 3/6 is equal to 1/2. We can just put it right in that halfway point. Are there any other fractions that you're looking at and you're like, ooh, I know exactly where that one goes? It might be helpful to think of equivalent fractions like Bailey was using to place 3/6. Emma, what are you thinking? 2/4. Where's 2/4 going to go? How do you know that?
2 is 4, so if you have 4 spaces,
Yep.
it would go up 1/2.
Love that. So Emma's imagining that her line is partitioned into fourths. And if we're taking up 2 of them, 2/4 is going to be right in the middle of that number line. I placed 3/6. Can I use that 3/6 mark to help me place another one?
Yes.
Are there any other fractions that deal with 6? Dominic?
2/6.
2/6. Where is 2/6 going to go?
Right in the middle of 0.
Is it going to go in the middle? If it goes in the middle, where's 1/6 going to go? So let's start here. Is it going to go on the left side of 3/6 or the right side? It's going to go on the left side. Dominic knows that. Is it going to go right in the middle?
No, it's gonna go like a little more.
A little more which direction?
Right.
Yeah. Because we know that we got to put a 1/6 in there at some point. So let's put a close to position for 2/6. We're not exactly sure if that's quite where it goes, but we know that it's less than 3/6, and we know that it's not going to go in the middle. So we've taken care of all of our 6, right, Gavin? Yep, so let's use our 2/4. Are there any other fractions that deal with fourths? Miranda? 3/4. Can you use 2/4 to help figure out where 3/4 is going to go? Yes. Is it going to go on the left side or the right side?
Right.
Miranda's trying to think, where's 3/4 going to go? You know, 2/4 is here. Is it going to go on the left side or the right side? What? What? Right. It's going to go on the right side. Now, the next thing we need to think is, does it go in the middle? Does it go in the middle of 2/4 and 1/2?
Yes. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Where's 3/4 going to go? Where's 3/4 going to go? Arwen?
So you can start in the middle, and then you can split it over a little to the right.
If this is 2/4 and 3/4 is somewhere in between, what is this one?
4/4.
Is that where 4/4 go?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to go right in the middle. I know 1/2 is equal to 4/4. So if I know 2/4 is here and 4/4 is here, 3/4 goes directly in the middle. All right. So now we've got some tricky ones left. Let's think about this 1/8. Show me with your arms, how big is a 1/8 piece? Big, small, medium. Is 1/8 a big piece, a small piece, or a medium piece? Ethan, I see you making small hands. Why are you making small pieces?
Because a 1/8 piece is super small.
Why?
Because even though it has a high number in the denominator,
Uh-huh.
the pieces, it doesn't matter what the number is, and that it means that you cut up a number line into 8, and that will make a tiny equal part.
Yeah. Do you think a 1/8 piece is going to be bigger or smaller than a 1/6? What do we think? Brayden? Is 1/8 going to be bigger or smaller than 1/6?
It's going to be smaller than 1/6 because the higher number you go, the smaller your piece is. And the lower number you go, the bigger.
I always like to think of fractions as sharing. If I share between 8 people, I'm going to get smaller pieces than if I share with 6 people. So if we know that, where is 1/8 going to go on this number line? Think about it. Where is 1/8 going to go? Remember, we're doing a close to spot. We don't know exactly where it goes, but seeing left or right of different places. Scarlett, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a little behind 2/6.
Okay, why?
Because I remember that we made an 8 number.
Uh-huh.
And 1/8 is always near 0.
Okay, so Scarlett says, I know it's going to be close to 0. Because 1/8 is not very big. Is it going to be super close to 0? Somewhere in the middle? Close to 1/6? Or 2/6, I mean? You think the middle? Well, I know that 1/6 has to go there. Is it going to be close to 1/6?
No. Yes, it's right there. Because it would go on the
What
success is
We're going to go a little bit left of 1/6 because we've already talked about that 1/8 is even smaller than 1/6.
Now we're down to 2/3.
All right, now we're down 2/3. That gets really tricky. Let's figure out, because we can think in terms of halfway. I want you to imagine your third pieces when you're playing cover the hole. Is that taking up more than a half or less than a half?
More than a half. Less than a half.
Is it more than a half or is it less than a half? 2/3. Is that going to be more than a half or less than a half? Emma, what do you think? So 2/3 is bigger than a half, but now we got to figure out how much bigger.
1/8, 1/2.
We know it's bigger than a half, so we know it's going to live on the right side. I'm going to get out my fraction pieces just to help you a little bit. You don't need to get out yours because we only have this problem. Alright, so if we look on my magnetic board over here, here's our 2/3. For context, there's 2/4. And I'll throw up 3/4 since I know we have that on our number line. See that?
Yep.
Where do we think it's going to go?
Well,
Is 2/3 and 3/4 equivalent?
yes. No, maybe so. I have to check.
There's a model, Easton, on my board. We're looking right here.
It looks like something's
We're looking to see if 2/3 is exactly at the same spot as 3/4.
No. Way too little. No.
It is not. 2/3 is just a tiny bit smaller than 3/4.
It's probably like a 1/8.
Probably close to a small piece. So on our number line, we know that 2/3 is bigger than a half, and we just saw that it's smaller than 3/4. We're going to stick it right there. 2. Now again, these are estimates. We didn't paste out our number line. You can put your desk down. If we did our number line, we did all of our thirds and all of our sixes, we would be able to figure that out a little bit better. These are just close to numbers.
That's a third.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to do your 3/4, because if you take away the negative point,
Yep.
yeah. You have a 2/6, and you have to take the negative point and yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of different ways that you can think about it, but that's what I want you doing. Kind of thinking about, okay, if I imagine this number line, where are these fractions going to live? I want you getting that number line living inside your brain. That's what I need it to live. All right. You're not done today.